Hello class, so I want to talk with you about how to arrange the shoes drawing. So you're first going to want to find two shoes or a shoe and another object. Okay, and this object could be a flower, could be a guinea pig, whatever it is that you want to draw with your shoe. Or you could just do two shoes as I did. So once you've done that, then consider just playing around with the arrangements. I decided to put one against the wall, but there's any other number of ways that these could be, arranged. Like this, like this, like this. Maybe you could hang this from the ceiling and have it right here. That could be fun. But I'm gonna go with something like this. Another thing you want to consider is your lighting. Since we're going to be considering how line weight can be used to describe a light source, you're going to need to have a strong light source. So you could use, one method is that you could have just a light bit of light on in your room. You don't want it to be too bright. And then have a bright lamp next to it, okay? That creates strong shadows and lights. Another method, if you don't have a lamp, is you could open the window when it's light outside, and that will create some shadows across your shoes. Okay, but in that case, you're going to have to dim or shut off the electric lights in your room. Okay, and then once you have this, then what I would suggest doing is some little thumbnail sketches. And thumbnail sketches are useful for just playing around with different compositions. Thumbnails are quick, small sketches, about 3 inches by 4 inches, that are used to experiment with compositions. And composition is just the arrangement of the objects in your drawing. I'm gonna try one. These don't have to be, you don't have to spend a long time on these. Okay, so here's option one. Make another one, so how about something like that. Okay, and this time I'm gonna do it landscape. So the first time I did a portrait, but now I'm gonna do it landscape. So here's option two. I think I'm gonna do one more. How about if I get this to stand? Can I get to stand on its toe? I don't think it's gonna happen. Okay, how about like this? And here's option number three. And I think after looking at these, I think I'm most interested in option number one. So here's the winner. I'm gonna go back and just place it how I have it. I think I like that one the best. Yeah, and when you choose them, just choose the one that you like the best for whatever reason. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to actually do your drawing. So we have our piece of paper, and this is 12 inches by 16 inches. Okay, I used a ruler, I used some scissors, and I cut it. And I cut it from this type of paper, okay? So this is 18 by inch 20. This is 18 by 24 inch drawing paper. Okay, so I'm gonna be working from this thumbnail. Okay, when you work from a thumbnail, it's important not to feel constricted by it. This is a starting point, so I can adjust this as I feel necessary when I go on to the finished drawing. Okay, and I'm just gonna get an HB pencil. That's this one right here. And the reason we're using the HB pencil is because it's lighter. Okay, so HB is lighter than some of the other pencils, such as the 2B, 4B, or 6B. Okay, so it's less likely to leave a mark, or it's more easily erased. Okay, and when you just start off light and loose, and kind of just figure out where you want your items. Okay, and these lines can be erased. And don't worry, your proportions don't have to be perfect at this point. We're mostly focused on our contours and studying those. Okay, I'm just going to erase all these stray marks so they don't get in the way for when I begin to draw. Okay, now really this is all you need for the drawing in the HB pencil. You don't have to go farther than this. I know some people, I was looking at their drawings and they did it all in the HB pencil first and then they did the pen. But really all you need to do is just do something simple like this to capture the general proportions, and then you can go through with the pen. Okay, so I'm going to give you an idea of what I'm trying to do here. So you'll notice that right here, there's a shadow. Okay? So I'm going to be making this, the contour line under here, darker than the contour line on the top. Now how thick a contour line looks depends on how thin the contour lines are around it. So what I like to do is, I'm going to make it the same width all around this lip of this, or the tongue of the, I'm going to make the tongue of the shoe the same width, and then after, I'm going to make it thicker on the bottom. Okay, now this part of the shoe, alright, is on the light side, and this part of the shoe is in the shadow. So this is going to be thicker, and this is going to be thinner. Okay, so if you look at this shoestring, you can see that there's a shadow right here. Okay, so I'm going to make it a little thicker. Ooh, got a little line right there accidentally. And this isn't the only way to use line weight. You could also play and experiment with other ways of using thick and thin lines. And another way is if you see a real subtle crease, then you use a thinner line. Whereas if you see a real sharp crease, you could use a thicker line. Okay, and just play around with these as you feel necessary. I don't want you to see this as too scientific, okay? Like, just go with the flow when you do this, and play and experiment with different ways of communicating through the line weight. Okay, so we have a shoelace right here, and this is the area of shadow, and then we have an area of light over here. Make it a little thinner. Okay, and since it's on a side of shadow, this one's going to be thicker than that one. I don't want to smudge the ink, so I'm going to put my hand on this. Okay, so that's like on side of shadow. It's a little darker, or a little bit thicker than that one. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at this stage. Just you get the idea of how to progress. When you're done, you want to make sure that you erase any stray pencil marks. Okay, so I don't want to see any pencil marks when you're done, okay? It should be nice and clean and just be pen marks.